Hi, hello, welcome. I'm Vivian of the Midnight Crafters. I run a business focused primarily on doing crochet homemade goods. If this is your first video, for all of my returning viewers, hi, how you doing? So this video is a little different. Yes, it is a vlog-ish of my craft fair experiences that I've had over the last couple of weeks, but instead of doing one for each of those experiences, I put them both together. Honest, simple answer, I didn't record enough of both experiences to make one video for each, so I put them together. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me know if this is something that you're okay with me doing in the future, but otherwise, enjoy. Hi, hello, good morning. It is craft fair day. I am running late again. Maybe that's a good sign. Here's to hoping that everything goes great today and that I sell out. So join me as I get ready for this particular market day this December morning. All right, I just moved my car to the vendor parking lot, so I am getting set up now for everything else. The event is getting ready to start in an hour. Note to self, double check to see what all your vendor provides you, because I brought extra stuff that I did not need. So I packed for nothing, but it is what it is. So we're gonna get in there, see how it goes, and hopefully, like I said, everything goes well. All right, as you can see, I'm working on a pink axolotl here. That was because there was about 45 minutes, almost an hour of time that was passing by of this just dead time, if you will. There weren't many customers coming through and I had plenty of time to work. Funny enough, this pink axolotl that I'm working on, one of the vendors actually purchased it from me as soon as I finished it. I was putting on the finishing touches and then she walked right up to my booth and she said, I have to get that for my baby. So it was funny because I had two green ones sitting there ready to go, but she was adamant that she had to have the pink one. But I was happy I was able to sell it, especially because I was worried that I was just making product just to sit there. But nope, I was selling it as soon as it got off my hook. All right, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm in the last hour and a half of my event. It's been going very well. Everything is selling out. I have mushy boys that were very popular, the axolotl, of course, and of course my turtles. I'll check back in. Hi, hello, welcome, good morning. It's another market day. I am sitting here just outside of the venue. It's a high school in a different county from where I live. The event is from 9 to 2 today, so we'll see how it goes. It should be interesting. I only had like 3 days to make up the products that I sold from last week, so I made like 28 items. I'm gonna see if I can get a couple more done. I have a few whips in my bag that I'm gonna try to get through. It is just before 6:30 in the morning, so I am tired, but hopefully once I get inside and get all set up, it'll just run smoothly. So join me for market day. as you can see, both experiences gave me something a little different each time. The first craft fair that you saw on the December 2nd event, it was interesting. It was for a private school that was close to me, and it was my first time working that experience, like I said, and with it came with different sets of demographics of customers. Now, if I were to compare both of them, both events had customers who wanted different things. It was interesting. For example, where my chickens did not sell well at my December 2nd event, my December 9th event, they were doing so well. Where I made more money at the December 2nd event, my December 9th event still sold more items, but I didn't make as much money because of the items I sold. I sold a lot more smaller items at the December 9th event compared to the December 2nd event, which I want to add. My December 2nd event was the first time I had the experience, like official experience, of adults criticizing the pricing of my product. Now, I've had children every now and again say, oh, that costs a lot. And it's children. I understand. They don't understand the concept of the work and effort that go into making something and why it costs that price. But I had an older grandmother who looked at my sea turtle, and she looked at the sea turtle, then she looked at my Santosauruses, and she looked at them and she was like, oh, that's expensive. You know, if it was more of an amazement, oh, that's expensive, I would understand, but it was more like a disgust. Oh, that's expensive. And you know, you try to keep a pleasant face because, you know, most people don't intentionally try to come off as rude, but I put a lot of work into those Santosauruses. Yes, they cost the amount they do because of the effort I put into making them. They're very detailed. They are works of love and labor. I'll put the creator of the pattern in my description below. But it took a couple hours to make each of those. And Mrs. Santosaurus, if you look at the details of her, took a lot of effort to put together. So that's why they are the prices that they are. But, you know, the issue was further drove into home because she brought her grandchildren, and they love the sea turtle, but one of her grandchildren took his fingers and dug into the shell of my sea turtle. When I tell you it took every professional fiber of my being not to snatch that sea turtle back, the child didn't understand the hand craftsmanship. I understand that. But the disregard and disrespect that the adult in charge had for my product and allowing this child to do that to my product was very off-putting. Like I said, I did very well. I sold about 52 items at that event, so I did well. I did have a couple of people who came in who really respected the hand craftsmanship that I had displayed. It's just there were a couple of experiences where people were coming to my booth and they were a little off-putting, if you will. My December 9th event, it went well enough. You know, it was one of those no standout events. I did sell a couple of big items. My gingerbread, Grady the gingerbread, sold. Both of the ones that I brought with me sold, the small one and the big one. So that was a big deal to me, that not only did I create the pattern, not only did I make the product, but someone saw interest in it and wanted to buy it. And of course I had returning customers who went to my Huntingtown event come to the December 9th event, and it was wonderful to see them because we recognized each other. And it's always fun to see returning customers and me being able to recognize them, because it shows that I'm building brand loyalty. And it was funny because these particular customers were the ones who gave me that confidence boost at the Huntingtown event, where the customer was saying that when comparing my product to others, she always saw that mine were top notch and they were high quality. And she was like, every time I see them, they're always best quality. And I thanked her for that immensely. And I hold that in my mind to help combat the negative responses I receive sometimes, because I know for every one negative response, I'm getting 10 positive ones. So I can't let the negative ones deter me from what I'm currently doing. I will say, the reason I feel like I did not do as well at the December 9th event and didn't sell as many items as I could have sold was because there were 5, that's right, 5 crochet plushie vendors at the event. Well, 5 crochet vendors who were selling plushies. There were a couple of them who sold wearable items as well as plushies, but there were 5 of us selling the same thing. So it gets a little frustrating when these type of details aren't disclosed when you're applying for these particular events. And I'm sure they really didn't know who was all coming to participate in their events, but the fact that I had these products that I was trying to sell, and normally I'm okay with having a couple of other vendors selling the same thing as me. That doesn't deter me. But when you have 5 selling the same thing, we're going to step on a couple of toes. It's inevitable. So I sold 54 items though. So one of the highest number of items that I've sold at an event to date. It's just that this was the least profitable event that I worked. Still good numbers. It's just compared to my other 2 that I did for the season, it wasn't as profitable. And I'll have a video breaking down the details of each event so that you understand why I'm saying that. But this one is just a wrap up, getting my head together and getting you the details for those events. But when I compare the December 2nd to the December 9th one, my experience with the December 2nd one, the highs were a lot of people were buying my high ticket items, the bigger items like the whales that I just made from All From Jade, as well as one person, I have to tell this story, it's funny. So the booth fee for the December 2nd event was $100, okay? I know, yes. But while I was there, the first hour was extremely slow. And I was worried because I was getting flashbacks, that PTSD. I was getting flashbacks to working on that farm during the summer. I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to make back my booth fee? Because this is a very slow event. And at that point, I had sold like maybe 2-3 items that were like my Christmas ornaments. So like $10, $8 items at that point. I was getting a little worried at that time. And then, like an angel from above coming down to bestow blessings upon me, this kind auntie, I'm gonna call her auntie, she came to my booth and she looked and she was like, oh, you have Christmas ornaments. I had the Christmas ornaments with the little crochet plushies inside as well as bows, and she was inquiring about them, and she said, oh, what do your bows look like? What are your little plushies? And next thing I know, she's like, I want this, I want this, I want this, put this in there. I'm gonna get this for my grandbaby. I'm gonna get that. All in all, she spent $89 for all of her items. So when I turned to my sister and looked at, and she was like, well, you made back your booth fee, no need to worry. And I still had like 4 hours, 5 hours to work. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good event. So that was a highlight for me for the December 2nd event. My December 9th event, a highlight for me was this young man came to my booth and he was looking at all of my items, and he was like, oh, you're just gonna take all of my money. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, everything I'm seeing, I want. I was like, okay, well, let's pace yourself. What items do you want the most? And he looked around and he saw the items, and then he saw a little blue chicken that I had. And I said, yeah, I've heard that Stardew Valley's blue chickens are very popular. And he said, the fact that you know that reference, I have to buy something. And he bought 3 separate items for me. So it was always good to have that interaction. And that's one of those key points. Know some niche within your niche. And you might make a sale where you see like popular video games or shows. You don't have to make the items because you have to get those copyright permissions to be able to sell those items. But if you get references and you're able to connect with your customer with those references, you might make a sale with that. Another highlight for the December 9th event was a young man. He was also a part of a vendor experience. He was in the other side. There was two sides. There was a cafeteria and the gym, and he was in the gym while I was in the cafeteria. He walked over and he looked at my booth and he said, I need to get something. He's like, and I showed him all of my items, and he was originally looking at Quinn the mushroom, and beside it I had Grady the gingerbread, the big one. And he said, I have to come back and get this. And he said, I might send someone to come get it for me. I said, okay, well, I need a code word to know that they're coming to get it for you. And he was like, cookies, because he was a cookie vendor. And I was like, all right, I'm going to remember that. And next thing I know, about 15 minutes later, this woman comes over and she says, am I supposed to tell you cookies? And you know what that means? I said, absolutely. And so I showed her the Quinn the mushroom, which is $50. And she said, oh, that's out of his price range. And she said, there was another one next to the mushroom he said that he also wanted. I said, oh, Grady, the gingerbread. And I said, this is perfect. Gingerbread, cookie, it works. So Grady, the gingerbread was purchased, the big one. That one was about $35, if I remember correctly. But all in all, when you look at the experience that I have for both had their pluses and their deltas. So it was one of those things where I wouldn't say one was better than the other. I wouldn't say that I would choose one over the other. If I had to pick, I would probably do both again, just not back to back. That's one of the experiences I am learning, that I don't want to do back-to-back experiences anymore. I probably need every other week as opposed to every Saturday, so I can give myself time to, recover and re-up my inventory. Because I think that's another thing that cost me during the December 9th event. I didn't give myself enough time to remake a lot of the inventory that was popular at my previous events that were November 4th and December 2nd. So giving myself time to make the product so I'm not rushing, that will definitely help with my mental space as well as my stress levels, because I have been spending the last couple of days recovering from these previous 2 weeks, and not feeling 100% is rough, especially when you have little ones to care for and look after. But overall, I would say both are great experiences that I had, and I'm looking forward to doing more in the future. Now, my 2023 season has wrapped up, so 2024, I am looking forward to doing more craft fairs and events, and we'll see how it goes from there. Now, the moment you all have been waiting for. Remember my giveaway that I have? Well, I happen to have you all on my wheel to spin for the giveaway winner. So it's my first time spinning it, so I haven't had any experience spinning this wheel before, so anybody who's picked is the first time pick for the winnings. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to win. I'm sorry, that's how it has to be, because I'm trying to build a community. So if you're not subscribed now, you might want to be, because when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to have another giveaway. So comment if you are subscribed. If you're not, comment why you're not and what you would look forward to me doing to get you subscribed. But let's pick this winner here. We'll pick it together. Ready? All right, that is Amaria Ashford. Congratulations. So I'll be in contact with you to get your information to be able to send you the giveaway items. If you did not win this time, that's okay. I'm going to have more giveaways in the future, so keep following and keep looking out for them. As you can see, we are making our way to 1,000. That is our goal for our next giveaway, 1,000 subscribers. So if you're subscribed, get your friends to subscribe, comment, so we can keep boosting these videos so that we can get more people interested in what we have to say and do. So until next time, Goodbye, farewell, and please take care.